my name is Melissa Hurt, and in this video I'm going to share with you a safe and effective yoga practice for lengthening the spine while gaining core strength safely. This is safe for women in the postpartum period of life or for anybody who wants to safely regain core strength. So I'm going to start by standing in a nice upright alignment. You'll see I've got my hips, my ribs, my shoulders, everything's in a nice line here. And from here, I'll come to face you. We're going to bring the arms up and just do a side bend, standing crescent stretch. I'm leaning to my right, really reaching up and over as if there were like a physio ball at my side. I'm going up and over the ball, but grounding down through my left foot. Let's take in 3 breaths here together. One more. And then reaching up and over to the other side, really grounding down through that right foot now. And then inhale up and over, come back down, roll the shoulders, forward, up and back, just to release the neck a little bit. And from here, let's come down onto our knees for gate pose. If your knees are really sensitive, you want to lay out a beach towel or a blanket on your mat to give you a little bit of cushioning. But you will need a yoga block for this. So I'm going to come down, I've got my block, and I'm going to bring out my right leg. You can do gate pose either with the toes pointing up, or you can internally rotate the leg and have the foot down. Either or. I'm going to have the block in my right hand, placing it down, reaching up and over, and we're breathing into the side body here. Let's do 5 breaths here. Keep your awareness on all points of the pose so that your mind is coming into that state of yoga where you're connected. Good, now we're going to reach up to come out. I'm going to bring my knee down. I'll scooch into frame so you can see my left leg coming out long. I'll go ahead and do the option where I internally rotate the leg. Having the yoga block in my left hand now, I'll place my palm on that block, reach up and over for gate pose. You can look up at your hand, or you can look straight ahead, or you can even look down, whatever your neck wants to do. But you're really focusing on lengthening the sides of the body here. Just do 2 more breaths. Good, now inhale as you reach up and long. I'm going to place this block back to the tall setting at the top of my mat. And from here, I'm going to come into extended child's pose to set up for what's called extended puppy dog pose. This is a precursor to downward facing dog. You don't want to go straight into down dog when you're in the postpartum period of life. In case you have a diastasis recti, you want to focus slowly on just lengthening and stabilizing the trunk before going into a full inversion, like downward facing dog. So grounding your hands down, reaching, lengthening the spine. I'm going to flip my toes, press into my hands as my hips come back, strengthening my shoulders, lengthening the spine. Low ribs are gently hugging in. Breathing here for 5 breaths. If you can only do 3 safely, then do 3. This can be a pretty strong pose. Good, coming back down. Let's release the arms alongside the body for child's pose, just to relax the shoulders. Good, slowly float the crown of the head up. We're going to come to standing and we'll find mountain pose. For mountain pose, you want to feel your feet beneath you. Your feet really are where your core began. Make sure your toes are spread wide, you're grounded through the mound beneath the big toe, mound beneath the pinky toe, the center of the heel. And from the balance of energy in mountain pose, we'll come into a half sun salutation. So from here, we'll inhale the arms up. Exhale, soften your knees. Use your blocks for a standing forward fold. Inhale, lengthening the spine into your flat back. Exhale, standing forward fold. And then grounding through your feet. Inhale as you rise back up, coming into tall mountain. Exhale, returning to mountain pose. We'll do 2 more of those together. Inhaling as you come to tall mountain. Exhaling, standing forward fold with your blocks. Inhaling into your extended spine. Exhale, forward fold. Softening the knees, grounding through the feet as you rise back up to tall mountain. Coming back to mountain pose. One last one in silence together. Stand in mountain pose for a few breaths. Roll your shoulders back. Feel the length of your spine. Feel like your spine is connected all the way down through your feet, going through the crown of your head. You're long and strong here, without being rigid or forceful. Good. So now I want to end our practice together with a twist that's reclined on your mat. So I'm going to need 1 yoga block for this. And I'm going to lie down, and I have a folded blanket here. I'm going to place this folded blanket at the edge of my mat. And then I'm going to grab my yoga block. And as I lie down, I'm going to place my block on the skinny setting in between my thighs. I'm going to bring my shins up so that they're parallel. You will feel your core awake and working to squeeze the block to hold it in and keep your legs up. But I'll bring my arms out like a T, and I'm going to bring my legs to the left. I have the blanket there to support me. In the postpartum period, your pelvis can still be pretty tender because it went through quite a bit to carry the pregnancy and deliver your child. So use a blanket to not overstretch the ligaments. We don't want to overstretch anything. But with my legs to the left, I'm going to look to the right. My right shoulder blade is up off of the mat, and that's okay. I'm not going to force it down because that can also overstretch ligaments in my pelvis. I don't want to do that. So just let your body go where it will, but enjoy the length that you're creating. And after about 5 breaths, bring your head back to face the ceiling. Squeeze that block as you come back up. And I'm just going to take my blanket, bring it on over to the side. They've still got that block squeeze. Hands are out like a T, and I'll let my legs come to the right as I look left. Again, my left shoulder blade is up off of the mat, and that's okay. I don't need to crank it down. You never want to crank yourself into a twist of any kind. Let your body do what it needs to do, going to its safe ranges of motion. And we'll be here for 5 breaths. This is a pretty yummy pose. It feels really nice. And having the yoga props to help me with it keeps me in a safe range. Okay, so there's 5 breaths. I'm going to bring Bring my head back to the ceiling, squeeze the block to come back up. Take the block to release it. And we'll just do a nice Shavasana together, final rest and relaxation. Bringing the arms alongside the body. And we'll do a 1 minute Shavasana together. You can stay longer if you like. But I invite you to feel the length of your spine as you're lying down. And also feel if you can tune into this very deep core strength that you are activating through some of those practices. Just connect with your breath as you let your breath connect your mind to your body and your spirit. So you can stay here for as long as you like. I'm going to bend my knees and roll onto one side, letting my pelvis and my shoulders stay in line, letting my hands help me push up to a comfortable seat. I'll bring my folded blanket behind me and scooch up onto it to sit. And so if you enjoy this practice where you get to lengthen the spine and start to build up strength safely, please share it. Share it with your friends and family, anyone who you feel could benefit from it. There's a blog post in the comments below that you can look at to kind of read more about what we've done. You can share that as well. Please subscribe to my channel. I have lots of nice offerings to help rehabilitate and restore the body. And lastly, leave a comment below. How'd you feel with this practice? I'd love to know. Thank you so much for joining me today. You can do this practice every day, and it will slowly build strength for you, and you'll get the benefit of moving your spine in a few directions as well. Thank you so much. Be well.